What's up, folks? This is Steel. Welcome back to Steelcast 27 once again. Today I have a special presentation, a special subscriber series, the Molotov, the Tier 6 Premium Russian Cruiser. My good friend and clanmate from DMH, Zouron, lent me this replay so that I can present it for you guys. This is my first look at this ship, and besides the paint job, this thing looks like a beast. It reminds me of the Kirov a little bit, but just in tier 6. And you can see that the bonuses that the premium ship can give you there, plus 50% to EXP. Take a look at the length of those naval rifles. Now I know they're 7-inch guns, 180 millimeter. They must shoot laser beams. But let's get into what I know you came here to see. This thing in action. Let's go LARPing, folks. Or should I say lasping? Live action ship playing. Yeah, so here we are on Straits. You gotta love being top tier on maps like this, especially when you have a ship that I know has really good guns just by looking at them. But we're about to see how they work. And the reason why I say that, you know, everyone knows top tier is easier because you're shooting lower tier ships, but when you have guns that shoot laser beams and they shoot far, I mean, I think this might have the range of a battleship. Now, good luck in New York lobbing rounds onto a cruiser that could shoot the same distance, but that's all speculation on my part. For all I know, these things could shoot moonshots, but I'm willing to place a bet. Knowing what I know about the Kirov, and now there, look, Zouron's testing his shells. Probably scare the bejesus out of that destroyer. That's some really good shells. Of course, you can only really tell if you're shooting at a live ship, Zouron. Come on now. Don't give away your position. Like that? Well, he's safe. His situation awareness didn't go off, so he's good. Now he's being patient, waiting for his team to catch up with him. Let that destroyer do some spot work for him. I'm pretty sure the Molotov probably doesn't have the armor profile of a battleship, so you don't want to be the first in line, obviously. And here he's spotted, so that means the spot range must be about around 12 to 13 clicks, because I imagine that one of their destroyers might be heading inbound too. But the good news is it's not any worse than any other cruiser, because Zouron's destroyer spotted their ships about the same time. Alright, so that means a destroyer dropped behind an island. Oh! No, you know what that means? That destroyer is behind that smoke, so we know exactly where that destroyer is lingering. That's what I love about situation awareness. It really is a helpful skill, especially if you know the spotting angles. And he's got some rounds out on the destroyer. Those look so good. Oh my god, what a beautiful first shot. And I'm sure Zouron probably only has like maybe less than a handful of matches under his belt in this thing. Jeez Louise. Those are some good torps by that destroyer in front of him. He looks like he knows what he's doing. But now he's lining up another shot. He's dropped spots because he's behind that smoke. Even though it's within that 20 seconds. Look at the range of these things. That's a pretty decent range for a tier 6 cruiser, considering the fact that these things, the firing arc is amazing. Very user-friendly, the guns are. Which makes me think how Wargaming is going to introduce any new ship lines. If the Russian ships seem to be the ones that shoot laser beams. Okay, Congo's a tough shot, man. They drop throttle quite a bit, and they have good acceleration and deceleration. It just takes a quick adjustment. You want to aim for that. Oh, we got to fire nice. You still want to aim for that superstructure. Here's rounds inbound, but Zouron's not full speed. So that deceived the other players. Oh my god! That's so cool. I don't know, man. When you shoot destroyers at that range and you only lead that much, these guns are amazing. Now the reload's 12 seconds, which is half the time or twice the time of a Cleveland. But honestly, I'd rather have rounds that can hit than rounds that you have to mathematically calculate for 15 seconds before you pull the trigger. Maybe you can get sneak one more. Nope. That guy was a little bit too quick. I think he had last stand. And of course, Zouron knows that those torps are out. That's a smart play. Now it's time to reset for Zouron. Let his battleships get in some action, take some hits for him. Is that a Nuremberg trying to sneak around that island? Now, I'm not a really big fan of switching sides of the map. I know people talk about it because there are disadvantages in the spawn points. I think one side has an advantage over the other. I'm not sure what it is, but when you're switching sides of the map, you're really hurting your team's chances to win the side that you spawned on. So, and it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to have a good match. Is it? Does it? I mean, no. You're just taking your guns out of the match for about 2 minutes, which doesn't make sense to me. Now, here's a wall-hugging Congo, which is generally disfavored, although it is effective. The reason why is because it's hard to judge a ship's speed. Now, I wish people that wall-hugged got punished a little bit more than they do, besides just their speed. It doesn't seem to stop people from doing it. I mean, it was the Congo's fault for taking that angle. He could have definitely avoided that map edge. But I guess he's trying to limit the shots he can take from the front. There's nowhere for him to turn without exposing broadside. I get that, but still, it's a little bit of a crutch. But Zouron's in really good position to shoot this Congo. This could finish the shot. Finish this Congo, please. Hit that superstructure. Nope. He just shaved enough to let another guy get a kill. Now, Congos are hard to AP and they're hard to HE because there's really not that much casemate or superstructure to hit. You really just have to aim for that pagoda mast. And if you don't hit that, you're just like, you're not going to get anything. But here's a Miyoko. Zouron looks like he's got an idea, an AP idea. Look at those shells. Look at that. I'm sorry. I love shells that go like 2 sits. Oh my gosh. Pays off. Look at the punch. And then he dodges. Okay, that Miyoko seems to be a smart player. He does, you know, sometimes smart players make bad moves. He gave a broadside to another Sith with the plunge. So at max range, the Molotov has some plunge up until about 10 clicks where it shoots laser beams. That's so effective in this game. Now, the reason why I said that player looked like he knows what he was doing is because he gave up a broadside to get his turrets in position. Yeah, that happens with ships like the Miyoko. You kind of hope that the other team, or Zouron's team, doesn't hit him. But after he took the shot, he didn't just start moving. He waited till he could get his rounds off before he started moving. Now, that's a sign of a somewhat competent player, but it just seems like these guns are too effective. And that's not good news for higher tier ships. When lower tier ships can get plunge citadels at angles on you, that's nerf by competition. And I guess that's what happens when you introduce new ships. The game changes, the meta changes, how you approach every situation changes. Here we go. After an exploratory shot, Zouron finds his range and distance. He's going for that fire, which I imagine these 7-inch shells have a pretty high fire chance. There it is. That's the fire. Now, I think Zouron has a choice here. He can either keep trying to shoot HE at this guy's head, another fire, which would probably be another guaranteed 7k if the guy's on cooldown, or he could shoot AP. I really think he could be getting away with shooting AP at a battleship that's 1 tier lower. But he's sticking with the HE. And that's a heck of a shot without judging the speed of that ship, if he's turning or not. Still does a good chunk of damage. Torps inbound. Torps inbound, New York. You're getting lit up. Turn out. Oh no. That's a good spread by that Mahan. This is teamwork. Set him up, knock him down. Nice. Now, the Mahan smoke is really good. American destroyer smoke is really good. And he's put himself in a position to be effective. It's really nice to have a competent DD player now. He's taken some hits because it looked like Zouron's team abandoned this side of the map at the beginning. There's only really 4 ships down here as opposed to 5 or 6. But at the same time, it looks like the other team abandoned this side too. So everyone's crisscrossing the map. Can't keep track of anything. Here comes a Pensacola. It probably came from the other side. And Zouron's going to do some testing with AP. A little bit behind. Pensacola's are deceptive ships. They're deceptively fast. Now on paper, they probably only go 32 knots or something like that, 33 knots. But for some reason, it seems like you have to lead them more than other ships, other cruisers. And Zouron did his job. I mean, when you get a higher tier ship turning away. Oh my God, Molotov, you're impressing me. Impressing me maybe too much for this tier. Man, it's the gun characteristics. It's got to be the gun characteristics. I haven't seen Zouron take that many hits because he hasn't gotten himself in a position to take hits. That's not his job. His job is to put fire down and stay alive. That's what cruisers' jobs are. Let's see if he can get some more AP out. Okay, so that always happens with Pensies. They always decide to turn right when you let loose. But if he keeps that turn, that's when you can catch him on the outside of that turn. That's what Zouron does exactly. And those look really nice. Payoff! Alright, AP in this game, it's so finicky sometimes. You can hit like a funnel and get no damage because it bounces at a 60 degrees. And you can hear the audio cue that he's bouncing and getting ricochets. Even though he's getting 7 hits, or registering 6 or 7 hits. That's a little bit far behind. He's heading away from you, so you gotta estimate even farther that shot. But it looks like Zouron's team has completely owned this side. Not because the other team didn't have the proper ships in the proper position. They definitely had the ships. They had a Miyoko, New York, Congo, Pensacola, a couple of destroyers. They should have won this side. But that was a heck of a shot, Zouron. Nice shot, man. Wow. But they didn't play aggressive enough. Well, at least that Congo played it aggressive. His team didn't back him up whatsoever. Maybe that Congo played a little bit too aggressive. When you're low tier, you just can't charge into people. Stay patient, people. Let your guns do some work before you die. You never know what'll happen. Now the Molotov shows off its scout plane skills. And these are difficult shots because the guy, even though it looks like he's dropped throttle, he's still creeping. And when you have to give him like a 10 second or more lead, that's a difficult shot to make. Now this guy looks like he might be at a dead stop heading backwards, but this is where those laser beam shots hurt you. You just don't have the lob. Zouron learned that real quick, so he's not even waste a shot on that ship that he hit the mountain on before. He's going straight for that destroyer and just rolling the dice. They should be hitting now. No. Sorry, Zouron. But this is a close match. Zouron's got some low health ships on his team, and if this enemy team can put some shots together and sink some of these guys, it could even it out a little bit. And they do have the defensive advantage because they seem like to be turtling up a little bit. But this is some decent speed out of the Molotov. It looks like a Kirov. It plays like a Kirov, but it's probably got some even better gun characteristics than the Kirov, and that is, my wallet is burning right now. This is a long range shot. Let's see if some dispersion helps Zouron. Yeesh. Okay. Just a little bit to the left. That looks decent. Your shells could help you out there. Nope, he went down. Alright. So it's 4-2. This is a comfortable win. But again, the enemy team has position, has a defensive position. And they have the Japanese stealth destroyer, which is very, very dangerous. Okay, so the enemy team did exactly what they needed to do. They sank the Nuremberg. They're about to kill the northernmost guy. And the positioning is in their favor. And New Mexico, that's quite a little bit behind Zouron right now. And if that Hatsuharu is in position, he could theoretically take down that New Mex. And I think that's what the enemy team needs to do. That would make it a 2 against 1. But hopefully this New Mex player knows what he's doing and he can recognize, he sees the smoke, hypothetically, and he knows that that Hatsuharu could be in that smoke. Of course, the Hats is hurt here because if he stays in that smoke, he cannot spot his own ships. So he has to, oh yeah, so he has to come out and risk his skin for it. And there he's going out for his own spots, his own drop. Ooh, not much damage though. It looked impressive. But here Zouron is ready. And then these guns on destroyers are just phenomenal. And I can't speak enough about guns like this and how they are way more effective at their tier. I mean, I was impressed with the Kirov, of course. And this one looks like it's even got better gun characteristics, like I said before. But they're way more effective. You can just hit everybody. And you know the nature of players are, if they start getting hit, they decide to turn out. They're not in the match anymore. But if you can get a gun that can reliably hit a destroyer at medium to long range, reliably hit battleships at long range, and reliably sit cruisers at medium to long range, regardless of the tier, you're going to be effective. It's just, that's just the way the game is structured. And it looks like the Molotov is just the perfect ship. Perfect ship for being top tier. Obviously, I haven't seen it against you know, the North Carolinas of the world. A Fuso would probably give it some trouble. But there's some speculative torps. That Hatsuharu knows he needs to do something here, but he's kind of been cornered. There's nothing he can do. So now it's Zouron versus a low health Nuremberg. Tier for tier matchup. Zouron's got the position, he's got the angle. The Nuremberg had a chance with the torpedoes, but he should have waited. Not to discount what Zouron's done. And Nuremberg's not going to bounce anything from behind, not with 7-inch shells. You can see a lot of people just not understanding what the ship they're going up against can do. He should have stayed behind that. Made it harder for Zouron, but, you know, this is World of Warships. You have to punish people. Force them to learn the game with damage. And here the Hatsuharu, I think, is giving up. He's not even trying to stealth torp anymore. He's trying to gun down. He's trying to gun down Zouron with AP, I think. I heard a bounce. And then whop! The New Mexico gets the kill, but what a heck of a match for Zouron. 3 sits, impact sits. Nice amount of experience there. Top of the team. It is what you're looking for in any match that you play. And Zouron definitely made his presence felt with the Molotov. Just a solid all-around match for Zouron. Fire damage, AP damage, HE damage. It looks like a really good purchase. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you liked the video and you want YouTube to let you know when I release more, please feel free to like and subscribe. I plan on putting out 2 to 3 videos per week of ship reviews, history, and gameplay. My live stream is currently on Twitch at the URL right there. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you next time.